When it comes to the protests of what's happening in Iran, don't allow the actions and the bravery of the few to go in vain, to die in vain, like many times before. Like in 2019, 1,500 dead. Like in 2009, thousands and thousands dead. Like in 1988, with the massacre that happened. Like in 1979, when 10,000 Kurds were killed. The tragedy is to allow those beautiful souls that put their life on the line in the pursuit for freedom, to allow for their lives to have been in vain, to have died in vain. That should not and cannot be allowed to happen. We have to learn from the mistakes of the past, the actions of the past, if we're going to have a better tomorrow. So to have silent protests, to have protests sitting down, is completely a regressive backward step that gets nowhere. We've done that before. The flowers, the sweets, the silent protests. They don't care because they have no sense of honor. They have no sense of shame. They're not going to go anywhere until the point where their pressure becomes so much, so great, that dam breaks. And when it breaks hard and it breaks fast. What are they banking on? They're banking on that you don't have what it takes. They're banking on that you haven't got what it takes to see this through. And for too often, people have started something, but they haven't been able to finish it. And for 43 years, these bullies have bullied you into submission again and again through their brutality, through their psychological fear, warfare, through rule and divide, through the smokescreen, the mirrors of the reformers, the so-called bastions of hope that was going to give you evolution. You didn't have to look for revolution. They have lied. They have cheated. They have stolen. They have abused. They have had so much from you, the people, seeing you as slaves rather than serving the people. 43 years of pain. 43 years of abuse. And in any abusive relationship, there comes a time when there's that big bang moment. No more second chances. No more excuses. No more forgiveness. No more acceptance. No more there'll be something different. I just have to persevere with them. I have to see if I'm able to show them the light. They don't believe in light. They don't believe in hope. They don't believe in love. It's a cult of death. It's a cult of darkness. A regime that's anti-Iranian and anti-Iran, that sucks the resources of Iran and the people of Iran for the benefit of themselves. A regime that's hypocritical, that allows their own daughters and sons to enjoy the fruits of the West, to buy properties in the West, to holiday in the West, enjoy fancy restaurants, fancy cars, to enjoy social media, but allow other people to just look but not do as I do. It's time for now. We don't want if, because if never ever comes. We don't want one day. We want it to be day one. It's in your hands, because for any revolution, there's always a price to pay. And it comes down to two things. How much do you believe in it? Secondly, the question, how much are you prepared to pay the price? It's easy for expats in other countries to say go and do it. But if we can all do our bit, give our time, give our resources, look in the mirror and say, you know what, I did everything that I could possibly do. But in the end, it comes from you. You are the cake. You are the foundation. You have to show that your will is stronger than their fear, than their brutality, than their death pot obsession with power, with money. That your will is iron-like. You will not be coward, and you will not be bullied back into submission. Because the greatest tragedy of all, as the famous quote once said, is not the actions of the bad actors, it's the silence of the good people over the actions of what the bad people do. No more silence. Wake up, rise up, and take control of your destiny. Don't outsource that pen for someone else to write your story.